loves. It's your girl B, my B, Beatrice. Welcome to my channel. Let me shift on that side. I'm gonna go sit further up. My neighbor is listening to music, so I don't want it to be captured in my content because y'all know copyright issue is everything. So I'm gonna say here. Okay, let me turn this way. Because I need to be comfortable when I explain it, when I come here explain to y'all. Anyway, y'all know your Don, your girl Jew, she's doing good. I'm enjoying myself. Uh, but yesterday I woke up to the cops. Uh, I woke up to the cops and the property manager and um yeah, it was a couple of officers and both property managers and someone else, I believe. Oh, all the neighbors within this compound. All the neighbors within this compound. So when I came outside, the officers were very respectful. They just asked me to put something on so we can go to the station because I had on my laptop. Because I heard banging. Because it was like 7. It was like 6 something, 7 in the morning. It was mad early. And I was like, B, are you still dreaming? But then they went around and I could hear um, officer something something, they were banging. And then I heard, no, don't push your door too hard because you don't want to open the door so it doesn't seem like, we forcefully entered. And then I looked out and then I saw an officer. I was like, okay, come outside. Me, I respect law. Certain laws are put in place for a reason. So I came outside and so they asked me to put something on. Like I had cold and everything in my eyes. They said put something on so we can go to the station and it won't take long. We just need a chat and get your side of the story and so forth. And then when I looked to my left, I saw the other like tenants and stuff and I was like, oh gosh, whatever. I got dressed, we went to the station. The property owner stated that pretty much they have been trying to evict me and I've overstayed uh, my agreement. Well, technically, yesterday made me a year. Today makes it a year and a day. But they said they've been trying to serve me eviction notice, and I've been ducking them. I'm like, how do I duck you? Like, I see Big Hair William, who's the other property manager. I'm like, I see him all the time. How have I been trying to avoid you all? Like, it didn't make sense. So, she spoke first. Wait. I'm going too far. I'm rewind. Let me rewind a little bit. When we got there, they took us to this separate room, and then this guy came in. He was dressed in regular clothes, which was a little different from the other officers, because the other officers there were dressed in uniform. But anyway, so this guy comes in. And he knows his stuff, the law and everything. So he listens to us. He listened to the property manager first. She sat and spilled all her lies. They tried to evict me. They tried to serve me notice, and I've been ignoring them. And they also said that I'm a harm to my neighbors. My neighbors have complained against me. They have complaints. And so, yeah, they had a couple of the neighbors, like the tenants and stuff there. And so, yeah, she explained everything. I've been bossing people thing. I boss people door. I boss people buckets, their tubs, container, whatever. So she went first. And then she said that I refused to give them access to the place, to the property. Because she said they're supposed to check the property every 6 months, and I refused to give them access to the property. So as a due to that, they pretty much don't want me. They want me to vacate the property. And you know when you are like when you're in front of law, you gotta respect law. Like my facial expression was like, I was like, girl, you better relax, because you're at the police station, like because she just said a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, what? So I was like, how, whatever. So they finished with her, and then they decided to chat with me. And it was my time to explain my side of the story. So they asked me, they said, so B, what's been going on? The guy asked me, there was another officer there. Another female came in. She stayed for a little while and then she left. So she asked me, she said, B, what happened? What's going on? The property owner is saying that, you overstay your agreement. I said, well, technically today makes me a year, so I haven't really overstayed anything. So I explained, I was like, okay, so in terms of the tubs, a couple of months ago, my tie-dye tub that was stolen. That was the only time, where the other tenant said someone bust his tub. My own was stolen, someone bust his tub. That was the first time recently, maybe about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks, a month ago. My larger tub, my purple beautiful tub that was stolen along with my orange bucket. Like most things that I have are sets. I said that was stolen too. And the reason why I didn't call the authority or get them involved is because I know people are very sensitive when it comes to cops here. Because some of y'all ain't gay people, you be ducking. So I don't see the need to constantly, call the cops. I didn't say that. I was just like, I didn't want it to be a thing where I'm constantly calling the cops, when something happens. So I just left it alone. But I say, yeah, my tubs, my bucket, I came out, that was stolen. And I just left it alone and I decided to lock my other stuff out. In terms of the door being busted, where y'all see where I'm sitting right now? I was sitting here. The other tenant all the way down, Varney Momo. It's Varney Momo. He calls himself Varney Mo. He came and just pow on my back. Gil devil. So I picked up a rock and I threw it at him. It didn't hit him. I ran behind him and threw it at him and he slammed the door, and then when I threw that, it hit the door, so it busted the door. So that's what happened. I didn't go picking fuss, and what the guy said early on, to be honest, when it comes to the other neighbors, they can come another time and make their own complaints. He told the property managers that this is between you and your tenant. If those neighbors, if they want to lay complaint and stuff, let them come later and lay their own complaints and stuff. Because they also said keys and stuff, they left a key in the door. Oh, Beatrice, you took the key. So I said, listen, the last time Vardy Moki was missing, y'all said the same thing. And he found his keys somewhere else around the same area. So then that means that you guys took my tub, because you guys are so quick to blame things on me. Every time something happened, Beatrice did it, So that's what I said. So the officer dismissed, the neighbors' complaint and said that, the neighbors and stuff the other tenants can come in and lay their complaints at another time. But they were asking me for keys and stuff. I said, I have my keys. I'm not responsible for anyone else's keys. Like, I don't know what you did with your own keys. I know what I did with my keys. What I do with my keys. I don't understand why you're asking me. And he told them to leave it alone. So the neighbors were out of it. But yeah, so I told the officer guy, whoever he was, I said at this time we were at the police station. So I was thinking maybe he's the head of staff. I don't know, different positions and stuff. Like I've never been called to the police station in the past. Anytime it just here since coming home. Um, but yeah, yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's what happened. So that was the reason why that door ended up being busted because he ran out running behind him. And at that time, I got really emotional. I don't know why I was even emotional because he calling me guilt devil. I just don't like to be touched. We do have a guilt devil door. I would tag it in. People are afraid of it. Call it is a part of our culture. It's like a whatever. I will tag it in. I don't want to make the video too long. So then we're there, and then I explained to the officers that now the officers changed. Another lady came in, but the main guy is still there. Another lady also came in. So we're chatting, and I said, officer, you know what? That place looked completely different than the way it does now. You understand? That place, I'm the one that literally put money together for the fencing around the place because they kept saying, oh, mind be, the whole thing is to make you feel comfortable. We know you let your privacy and blah, blah, blah. It's just for you to be comfortable, you know? And I told him, you know, you have your fathers, your uncles, your cousins and stuff building, and people being your face, and I'm giving them money left and right, making sure they're okay. Full money. So the man said, officer, man, whoever he is, he was just dressed in regular clothing. He said, it's not a requirement for me to compensate workers unless it's within my lease agreement. Barney, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me, Barney. Don't be false. Don't hit me, oh.
Sorry, Mama.
Okay.
I didn't want to
Don't hit me today. I tired you beating me in the plane. He can be beating me. That's the person that slapped me the last time. Called me guilt devil.
Don't allow me, oh. Don't allow me, oh.
He slapped me and called me guilt devil. He ran and he went and said I busted his door. When he knew that I was running after him, throwing stuff at him. But yeah, anyway, so where was I? I digress. Where was I? So where was I? Oh gosh. I'm not stopping this video. Come on, bring focus. Cause it's already dark. Yeah, so then the officer guy said it's not a requirement. You're not required to compensate workers unless it's within your agreement. And I am saying that baffled because I'm like, in Africa, where your uncle, your nephew, your cousins, where they do stuff, it can be your face. Mommy, give us small thing now. Mommy, give me transport. Mommy, and you see that they fix the other one and not run away with the money you get and give us small thing now. And you see, not fix your thing correctly. And I explained all that when he said it's not required. It's not in your contract. It's written. And I was like, at this time, I am mad, right? I'm like mad. Because I'm not mad. I'm just emotional. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to me. But anyways, and I explained, you know, how everything that's been transpiring. And they said one of the main reasons why they've been trying to serve me an eviction notice is because when they try to get access to the place, I don't let them. And I'm like, sir, officers, I have videos, okay? Since I moved in a place, they were there at least two to three times a week. They're always there fixing something they do not fix. They're fixing it. They will not fix. They're just there to just show up. They're just there banging stuff. Like I even lost money in the process because I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything when they were there doing all that stuff. And I was like, I have video to prove, you know, to prove it. And then she said it last time they came with somebody, some dude she was talking about. I was like, that last time of, oh yeah. And it was talking about the property owner. I don't want to talk to the property owner. I refuse to talk to the property owner every time they try to get me to speak with the property owner. And I'm like, that's not true. The last time when they came, they brought some guy. I don't know, he was spraying stuff around, the property, especially in my area. He was spraying stuff. And then after that, then they bring a video. They bring the phone like, oh, put the phone to your ear. Girl, we're in the age of technology. Like, why? Like, I don't know who that is. I don't know what you about to do with that phone. That phone's about to do to me. I don't know what that gadget is. So I told the officers about my own safety. So when they came, they said, oh, put the phone on. Yeah, they even said talk to X, Y, and Z. That's what happened. That's what happened. And then I said after like when it reached to the 6 month, and they pretty much broke everything down and had to rebuild the entire roof and stuff. I was like, I got tired, of them constantly coming and just doing all this like work. And I told them after the 6 months, I said, you already seen the place, stop coming and bothering me and stuff. So that's what happened, and I explained that to the guy. So Miss Property Owner, now people want to show her. She was like, I don't care what she said. She gotta go. She gotta go. Not property owner, manager. She gotta go. I guess property owner, whatever. Like, this whole thing is a gimmick. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain this to y'all. It's a gimmick. Okay, like I said, people move in, they find a place, they insert their power, they clean the place. It's a gimmick. On the lease agreement, it says Beatrice versus the community, a White House community. But anyway, so whatever they drafted, the eviction notice they drafted. Oh, I'm moving too fast. Let me tell you about the eviction notice. So they said, remember, they tried to serve me. I told the officer, I've been seeing William all the time. I see him all the time. The last time when they came, it was storm, right? It was stormy. And then I waved to them. I waved at them. The girl, she didn't say nothing. He sort of waved a little bit. And then after that, we spoke out loud French. I was like, bonjour, like how we usually are, me and William. And then the next thing I know, because I was half asleep, it was stormy. The storm was very heavy. I don't understand why they were here next door anyways. It was stormy. So the next thing I know, someone like puts a paper under my door. And so I went and took the paper, and I was like, William. He was like, yeah. Because he was right up here. He was at this other this other place. He was here. No, wrong place. He was here in this house. Even the people, even the involved place. I said, William, this is your paper. It's not my paper. Stop throwing stuff in my place. And I threw it at him. Went back inside. I dozed off a little. And then I woke up I don't know. I woke up abruptly to see that single paper was like there again. And then I think when he threw it in, it woke me up. I said, what's your problem? Maybe because I felt like he thought that maybe he found something in front of my place and he thought it was mine. And I was like, this is not mine. So I heard he going into the apartment of the place next to my place. And I went and threw it at him. Apparently it fell in the water. They said it was in the water or whatever. They said I took the notice and I threw it in the water. So I explained it to him. I said, that's what happened because I saw him. He didn't say anything to me. So I was thinking maybe he felt that paper was my stuff, but he knows I'm very clean. I'm always cleaning around the place, so I gave it back to him. So the officer said in the court of law, when you want to serve someone, you have to tell them they're being served. And you have to sign it. And they sign too. You don't throw stuff at them and try to get them to acquiesce. Like, I'm the wrong one. But anyways, that's what I told the officer. Like, I had no idea they were trying to evict me. Because I've been here, I've been seeing William for a while now. I see him all the time. He speaks, he didn't say anything about eviction or anything. So while the conversation going, the officer said, well, the property owner said, they want you evicted. The other tenant was like, he agreed, yes, we want her evicted, yes. The ugly new one with his ugly, funny, dirty looking self was like, yeah, Oh, the new tenant went and said that I I kicked his bucket full of water or a dirt, something was put in it. Cause I was behind my place and I could hear him talking to William. He called William. I said, you're like blaming stuff on me because when he moved in, my tub and my bucket got missing. So that means he took it. Is that the case? So like they're always blaming stuff on me. You know, their stuff happened. Like I don't blame anything on them. I don't say anything to them. I don't bother them. So, yeah. So the new tenant, yeah, he was like, yeah, she should be evicted. We all agree, whatever. Cause Miss property manager over there, like, I don't want her attire because Beatrice can't respect me. She can't respect anyway. That like anyway. I'm like, girl, like, and then like stuff like my mind. Oh my goodness, my mind is just plotting and planning because just imagine you're not paid for something to be fixed and then someone you can't enjoy it and sit. You can't even say get a person 2 to 3 years. My mind was just like, yo, you just about to meet a whole wow. But anyway, so she talking. The other officer was like, I think you guys should really talk this out. You know, come closer so they can see you close. Come closer now. Smile, there go. Bye. So cute. Yeah, so they were just like, the other lady was like, you should reconsider. You'll think about it. This is something to really think about. Property manager, like, that she can't respect me, that my place I overseeing it. She said, I'm qualified, I'm not a real manager. And then I guess property owner calls. And then the owner calls and was like, oh, the owner want to speak to you. I don't care what the owner said. So the owner talking to me like, hey, B, all this thing, it led to this because you refuse to talk to me. And I'm like, y'all game, y'all playing, y'all not. Y'all just, y'all already know, like, I be talking about something to stay calm. Y'all know me by now. But she was like, it got to this point because you didn't want to communicate with me. She's in the States. Apparently she's in the States. And I was like, I want to talk. What? The last time I called, you want to talk to me. You want to let Kona inside the house. I'm like, why is Kona and them showing up at my place at like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? I live by myself. I don't know what they want. Why they showing up so late? And so she kept calling, and I was talking to the property owner. Kona take the phone now. Her blood boiling. I don't care what it said. We writing up the eviction notice. We writing it. The notice they already had verbiage, something they had on that the officers read it and said it needs to be changed. The verbiage is inaccurate for what it is they're doing. So they had to write it. Guess who sat there and wrote up an eviction notice for me? William sat there and he wrote up the eviction notice. And it said it had to be 2 copies. Initially, they went to go copy it. And it said, no, the officers read it and said the verbiage on it is inaccurate. So they either rewrite it or type up another one and then print it and give it to me. And I'm just sitting there like, looking at my clothes like, yo, it's about to be, oh, yeah. But anyways, property owner kept calling. And then I got emotional because I just thought about everything I've been through. I got emotional. Property owner calling and said, B, she felt bad because William sat there and wrote the entire eviction notice. The officers had to tell him how it was supposed to be written, and the officer didn't really like Conan behavior. One of the officers told her she needs to calm down. All the stuff she's doing is unnecessary because we have to make sure people are treated fairly. So Conan was like, yeah, but she don't respect me. and she does stuff, and all this other one, she said yes, she's a very sweet person, she's giving, but when she wants to be, but she can't respect me. And I'm just plotting, like my brain is just like. So William writes up the eviction notice. I'll show y'all. He wrote it up. They told him how everything, what needs to be included on there. He wrote it up. He signed it. I signed it. And then I was like, okay. And Conan was like, she wants me out in 3 weeks. I was like, okay. The officer said, no, give it a month. If you are giving someone a notice, you want to make sure you give them enough time to be able to find another place. Adding another week is not that much of a big difference. She going up and down, going in and out, going in and out. Property owner calling, talking to V. She'll be talking, go down and take the phone. And I'm just like, if you want me to say sorry, at this point, I am looking. I'm like, oh, it's an ego thing. But, at this point, I'm like, B, you also got to let your ego down. You got to leave the ego alone. Because they were like, oh, I only respond to law. I don't respond to anything else. And I told them, listen, officer, think about it. Even the night before, they came mad deep. Boom, boom, boom. Couple of people, boom, boom, boom. Just, you can hear everybody outside. Open up the door, B. We want to talk to you. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, what? B, at 9 at night? You got the wrong one. And I told officer, I said, it's a security issue. Now, at this point, it dawned on me that we're all sitting here and dealing with ego, right? It's an ego issue. It's not that they really want to evict me, but she wants me to... Two alpha females. Like... What it to be in the movies, like, you see Nigerian movies or African movies, they be like, boss, Sarana, reconsider. Because someone made a comment, oh, and there's this guy there that was technically supposed to be the property owner, brother, and him and this officer that wasn't dressed in any uniform, it was like they were vibing on each other, finishing, each other's sentences. And I was like, this BS, I ain't got time for it. You're draining my energy. And me, I it was just this whole thing. Okay, y'all want access to me? I don't mind. Just don't show up. Let's learn to communicate. Like, okay, so then I went outside, like, after we signed everything. I went outside and I'm in front, and then my emotions, everything starts pouring. And I'm tearing up and I'm crying. And then the other officer comes like, why are you crying? Stop crying. Everything will be okay. Stop crying. And then she brings the phone outside again. Oh, the property owner wants to speak to you. I'm chatting with her. Then now Kona is saying, I feel bad because I really don't want her evicted. And I was like, B, let that ego go. Talk to the property owner, whoever that is, on the phone, because that woman sounds different than the woman you spoken with before. The person I've spoken with in the past had more of a mature voice. This one was a little different, sounded more like my older sister. Or maybe it could have been because I was in a loud, crowded area. I said, let the ego go. Talk to the lady. I said, listen, I really like the place. I don't have any issues with, allowing people to access the property. My issue is I lost a lot of money with everything they were doing for the first couple of, let's say, 4 months. They would show up, they were just doing too much. This was being fixed. It was here so many times. She would show up whenever they wanted to. But I told her I really like the place, and I don't want you to feel like, you are in jeopardy of losing your place, because I know property is a big deal. Now, being in Africa, understanding different things, now I understand the importance of like your land, your property. And when people get small power, they want to insert it, and then they mess around, like they fuck around and they find out. Like, oh, you think you're crazy? Like, my craziness is pure melanin. Non-diluted, 100%, okay? Because when that energy ready, it be on and popping. But yeah, I let the ego go at that time, and I chatted with her because I was already like, I was already crying. And because I was like, this whole place is about to be smoke. It's about to be something else, you know. But I was like, listen, I really like the place. You know, I told you a long time ago, the place is cozy, place is clean. You know, a lot of the things are new. I like that. You know, bathroom in Africa is very, very important. You know, if you don't get a place, you don't have a place that's smelling. That not that it's smelly, but like the pipe, something with piping, whatever. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just my nose. But like, I let my guards down, and I told her, listen, I have no issues, okay? If you want, if they all they have to do is just communicate with me, learn to communicate, let me also be able to make my money without them constantly accessing the property and causing, issues. Like, I want to be able to live comfortably without having someone constantly, like bothering me and stuff. And I told her, listen, going forward, when they come, I would definitely open the gates if it looked like they get a key. Cause she would have told them too. I can't come here to get so weak. I'll give you. I just can sit there and look. It's not that I'm sitting there looking at them. Like, we don't really get along. So like, when you come in, I don't know what you about to do. Like, cause sometimes I'll come outside, you'll be standing on the back porch. But anyways, like, I let my guards down and I let her know, listen, there's no issue, okay? If you reconsider and whatever, like, just tell them to give me time. We sign things, and our agreement, no issue. They can access the property. I have no issue with anything, okay? And yeah, me and her chatted, and because she was like, she feels bad. And Kona walking back and forth saying she feels bad. She doesn't really want to evict me. But I kind of had a feeling people just, it's a sensitive issue. It's a sensitive topic when it comes to property, when it comes to insertion of powers and people doing different things and taking over properties and stuff, that doesn't belong to them. And I told her, listen, that's not the case. I don't like to be bothered. Like, you touch me, like I said, I will find I will find the highest mountain and I'll throw you off of it. Like, I just, they did a lot of stuff when I first moved in. So me and her chatted, and Kono was like, it's an ego thing. People just want you to be like, oh my gosh. Listen, I let my ego go, not a problem. So we agreed. And so forth. So verbally, we agreed that the eviction was terminated, and so forth, the notice. And I was like, I didn't see you rip it up. The officer said, no, everyone here will witness once it's been said. You have nothing to worry about. Rip it up. You wrote it, I signed it. Rip it. She was like, no, everything's good. And she's a sweetheart. Like, she stayed. I think she kind of understood the dynamic of the relationship. That all of us was just here being our ego. But now, William is definitely on my shit list because, dude, you could have done anything else but wrote that eviction. You wrote it. Had me. And now I saw your ugly big head this body. Hello. Yes, go away. You just, ugh. But anyways, yeah, so that's what happened. Yeah, so I'm still good. They gave me some time, just the rent, everything, we're good. I'm here for another, for the duration of our agreement. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell y'all. That's what happened. I don't play with my officers. I love my officers because I feel like, I don't know, for some reason, law in Africa, when it comes to like law, people obey officers. Like it's not, I don't know, it just is different. Like when they see officer, they'd be like, whoa, like people shut down. They literally shut down, you know? But I think overall, the officer, I think she was very fair. What the other guy said, it was fair. It made sense. So now when people building stuff, don't ask me to come get your editing because when they're ready to kick me out of the place, y'all want to make sure your stuff is intact. You don't want a tornado or storm to come bust anything. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's what happened. Yay. So yeah, I'm still here. And yeah, so in a nutshell, guys, remember, don't let your ego get the best of you.